Edward the Blue Engine was getting old. He still wanted to work hard like the other engines, but he found himself getting tired even doing the smallest of jobs. One day at Brendon Docks, Edward was resting in a siding when Bill and Ben arrived. "Shh! Hey Ben," said Bill. "There's Edward. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" "Oh, yes I am," chuckled Ben. Just as Edward was going to sleep, Bill and Ben came up quietly beside him and blew their whistles loudly. "Oh!" said Edward with alarm, as the twins laughed and ran off to do their work. "Oh dearie me," said Edward. "One day I'll make them pay for their tricks." Presently, Edward's crew arrived and Edward set off to collect his next goods train. Normally, Edward's goods trains are much shorter than they used to be, in order to be more manageable and not cause too much strain for him. But when they arrived at the station, Edward was surprised to see a train double the size of what he was used to. The driver and fireman looked at the long train. "I don't think you're going to be able to pull this one, Edward," said his driver. "I'll just go see if this train's for us. Maybe it's for the twins," pondered the fireman, and went to speak to the yard manager. Later he returned looking concerned. "I'm afraid this is our train, Edward," said the fireman, "but if you cannot handle it, they can find another train to take it instead of you." Edward thought for a moment and looked at the train. "No," he said, "I will do it. I have never avoided a workload before and I shan't today." "Are you sure?" said the driver. "There is no shame if you can't handle it." Edward smiled. "I am sure. If the train is for me, then it's for me." Soon Edward backed onto his train and was ready to go. "Now Edward, just take your time and no record breaking," joked his driver. Edward braced himself and slowly started, and with a huff and a puff, the train slowly left the station and disappeared into the distance. Everything was easy at first, but soon Edward began to get tired. He was pushing himself a lot harder than normal and was starting to feel sore. "Steady boy," warned his driver. "Take your time, don't push yourself." "I can do it, I can do it," he panted as he puffed and pulled as hard as he could. Then it happened. Just as Edward rounded the bend, there was an enormous whoosh noise, and he was engulfed in a cloud of steam. His driver stopped the train. "Oh dear! What has happened?" cried Edward. "I'm afraid you've burst your safety valve," said his driver. "You can't go any further in your condition, and it's a pity too because you are making great time as well." "Oh no, I should have never taken this train. What a silly engine I am. How could I let this happen?" sighed Edward. "Don't be so hard on yourself," said the fireman. "You just wanted to prove you were useful. We just have to take care, that's all." The crew inspected the damage while the guard called for help. Soon Boko arrived to find Edward looking very worn out. "Well, hello there, Edward," snarled Boko. "I see you could use a bit of help there. Why don't I get you the rest of the way and see if we can get you all nice and mended, shall we?" "Thank you, Boko," said Edward. "I am so thankful you're here to help an old engine like me." "Nonsense," chuckled Boko. "You're as young as you feel, and besides," he continued, "we younger engines need someone as wise as you around, so think nothing of it." And he coupled up to Soon they were on their way at Wellsworth Station, where the trucks were left behind, and Edward and Boko continued on to the works. When the Fat Controller heard the news, he was thankful Edward was alright, but saddened at the same time, as he had a problem on his hands. Without Edward to help with the goods work at the docks, he was in need of another engine and would have to find one fast. He pondered to himself. "The only engine I can think of who can help is..." But I won't say who, though, as that's another story.